G'day, Charlie Wynn here from Orchard Coaching. So what are the 5 steps to be able to align your leadership with your authentic self? What I mean by authentic self is to align it to your personal values and be clear on them. The first step is to understand your personal values. That's not always an easy thing to do, but there is a great tool called the PVA, or the Personal Values Assessment, that you can take to guide you through that. There are also guides on WikiHow. Also, of course, I can help you if you'd like. But ultimately, it is spending that time to understand what is important, what are the values that are important to you. And most important, you don't want to have 50 values. You want to have 3 to 5 maximum. Therefore, it's important to understand which are the ones that truly are the ones that you live by every day, want to, and the ones that motivate you. The second one is to, once you understand those personal values, to write them down. You want them somewhere where it will hold you to account, whether that's above your bathroom mirror or next to you in your office, or even better, on your website, so that other people can see what they are. Other people can ask you about them. Other people can talk to you about them, and also understand what are the values that you want to lead or at least live by, and spend that time in understanding what type of person that you are. You'd also then want to understand when people see that how you're leading or living as an authentic self, because of the values that that you communicate out to the world and that you then live by and lead by. The third one is to regularly reflect on those values that you have, because ultimately we grow, we change as people. The people around us and the people that we want to be spending time with change. And of course, the world can change quite quickly, like in COVID, which is also where a lot of people reflect on their values. And reflecting on those values then will allow you to understand your values and what motivates you as an individual. And what motivates you is how you want to be leading, or most likely how you want to be leading. So spending that time. There are a few exercises. The name it, claim it, aim it. One is a great one that I love to use, but there are other ones to continue to reflect and understand, what really are those values? How do you live or lead through them? The fourth step is to check the alignment of your personal values with the values of the business that you're working within. Now, of course, if you set your business up, usually almost always those values are directly aligned. In fact, it's probably one of the reasons you set that business up, is to be able to create a business in your own image. But if you don't have that luxury, then it's understanding what the business's values are. And I don't necessarily mean the values that they have published on their website or put up onto the wall. I mean the real values, the ones that you see in the behavior of the leaders of that organization. They're the true values of that. And understanding whether that there is congruence there or not between your personal values and the business's values. Then you may need to question whether those are working for you or not. And I can say from personal experience that multiple organizations I work within, those business values, the real ones, grated with me a lot. And that is one of the key reasons I have gone out and set up my own business as well. So yes, number 4 is to check the alignment between your personal values and the values of the business that you're working within. The 5th one is to spend time in understanding other people's perception of your leadership. Now, to do that, you can either talk to people, or what I would suggest is to do a leadership assessment like the Leadership Circle Profile, which does a 360 and asks people within your sphere of influence to give you feedback on their perception of your leadership and to compare it against how you see yourself. This is a deep reflection point, but extremely valuable to understand not only your perception of yourself in your leadership, but of course those around you's perception of your leadership as well. Very insightful, and usually almost always a huge growth point through that time. So we don't do it that often, but annually or every couple of years is highly recommended to spend that time in reflecting and understanding. So that's the 5th step, which you do would want to be doing after you've done the first 4. But that said, you can also do a leadership assessment like Leadership Circle Profile and use it as a benchmark to move from there. Cheers, Charlie, Watcher Coaching.